Guys, I'm back. And what I'm about to show you is how to create a strong password that can be easily remembered. Let's do this. Hi guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. If not, let's get straight into it. Now, last Thursday was World Password Day, and I thought I'd do a quick video on that subject. Why? Because of the lockdown and the amount of people now working from home and having to socialise from home, a lot of people have got an increased online footprint. So with that comes extra accounts for software and apps. Put that together with the online footprint they already have, that's a lot of passwords. Now, security professionals are always warning us to have a very strong password, have a different password for each account, but not to write any of these down. No one can do that. I'm going to teach you how to create a strong password that you can remember. If you can't remember it, I'm going to show you how you can write it down securely. And on top of that, I'm going to recommend 5 password vaults where you can securely store your passwords, and they will also generate the passwords for you. Now, online security has been in the news quite a lot during the lockdown. I touched on that in my Zoom security issues video, but that just goes to show how easy it is for hackers to get our password if we don't look after our own online security. Let's get straight into it. So, what is a strong password? Well, the rule of thumb is if you can say your password, it's probably not strong enough. What do I mean? Have a look at this password. You can say it. Password. That's not strong enough. Not only is it not long enough, it's not strong enough, it's not complex enough. So we need to change this out. Now, passwords, ideally, to make them strong, need to be at least 12 characters long. They need to contain both numbers, letters, lowercase and uppercase, and special characters. Something like this. This is a strong password. Now, that looks complicated, and there's no way you could communicate that without having to describe every character in that chain. Could you remember that one? Could you remember a different one of that complexity for each account you have? Not a chance. I certainly can't. So, how do we create a strong password that we can remember? Have a look at this password. Now, this is 12 characters long. It's very easy to remember. I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's not complex enough. We need to alter it to make it complex, but it gives the same message. Why is it easy to remember? Have a look at the letters. If I said to you, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, have a look at the letters now. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. Them are the letters. But like I said, it's not complex enough. So if we change that to this, it shows the same message, and now it's 14 characters long and pretty much unbreakable. How have we done this? Instead of all the characters being lowercase or uppercase, we've got a mix of the two. We've swapped an A for the @ symbol, which is quite easy to remember. And instead of having 2 H's next to each other, we swapped that for H, an X, and the number 2, H times 2. And we finished it off with an exclamation mark. It still reads the same, it's still easy to remember. Again, it does sound complex, but when you use your own rules to create that password, you put the capital letters and the lowercase letters and the special characters where you want and where you will remember, and how it's easier to remember for you. And that password is virtually unbreakable. Well, it's breakable, but it'll probably take about 2,000 years. So to create a strong password, all you have to do is shorten a well-known phrase or a phrase that you make up. It doesn't have to be something from a song. It could be something personal to you. The world's your oyster when it comes to creating a strong password. You could use any known phrase, a favourite line from a book, poem, TV program, quotes from films. Use what you want, change what you want, but make sure you've got a mixture of lowercase, uppercase, numbers and special characters, and you'll have a strong password. Now you know how to create a strong password and remember it. I'm not going to tell you to use a different password for every account you own. It's just not possible. What I will say though is make sure you have different passwords for all your accounts that hold sensitive information. Banks, doctors, that sort of stuff. And once you've learned this, make sure you go back and change them. Now what we need to do, I'm not asking you to remember them all. We need some way of storing these passwords. I'm going to show you 2 ways you can store a password securely. So in my eyes, the best way to store a password is what's called an online password vault. There's many out there, too many to mention here. I'm going to tell you about 5 of them. They've all got their individual pros and cons. There's no one perfect solution. So password vaults, they're very good at what they do. Some are very complex, which puts people off. So the best password vaults do what they say they're going to do and are easy to use. There are free ones out there, and free ones will do a job, but I'd say you get what you pay for, and most of them have some sort of paid plan, and a lot of them aren't that expensive, whether you have an individual plan or a family plan. Links to all the password vaults I'm going to mention will be in the description. The first one I want to mention is Dashlane. This comes out on top in a lot of the reviews I've seen. It syncs across all your devices, Windows, iOS, Android. It offers all the essential and advanced password management features. This one includes a VPN. This one actually scans the dark web for compromised passwords. It does have a free tier, however you can only store up to 50 passwords and you can only use it on one device. Got a paid plan, it works out at something like $3 a month. Number 2. Keeper. Keeper is one I've used in the past, great at what it does. It supports all the major platforms and browsers. Secure password sharing and inheritance. What this means is you can import your saved passwords from elsewhere into this software. Keeper's got a lot of different plans. The cheapest for personal use is £21 annually, very good price. For its max bundle at just under £44 annually, you get a lot of extra features with it. A very good one to consider. The next one's called Sticky Password. Again, this has a free and a pay tier. The pay tier comes in at only £20 per year, but even just the free version has unlimited password encryption and storage, automatic form filling, just what you need so you don't have to fill them all out. It's got a very strong password generator and supports biometric authentication, another good choice. The next one's called Log Me Once. This again syncs across all the major browsers and platforms. It's got loads of unique features. It does have a free plan. There is quite a few plans, but the top family plan is only $5 a month. It's got loads of features. Again, another recommended one. The last one I want to recommend is called Lastpass. Now, Lastpass is not a software. You just install it on the browser to enable you to store your passwords and autofill them. This has 3 tiers, a free, a personal and a family. The family plan is just over £3 a month. Well worth it. The next tip I want to give you is quite new to me, but it enables you to write down your passwords and keep them safe in a secure way. How does that work? Let me show you. Essentially, all you have to do is remember a 5-digit password. That's the only bit you need to remember. For instance, something like this. Why only 5 digits? Well, all you do then is you write down the complex password that you can get from a password generator from one of the password vaults, or make it up yourself by just putting random numbers and letters and special characters next to each other. Get a string of about 10 and have loads of different ones, and all you need to do is write them down. You write them down because if people found that, that's not what they're going to put into the password bot. You're going to precede that with that 5-digit random password that you generated that you've got up here. Putting that together with the long complex one makes your password. Therefore, you can write down your secure passwords. Another little tip, if you've got your complex passwords, for instance, the Bohemian Rhapsody one, you can use that on different platforms. All you've got to do is change what goes first and last. For instance, if you're on Facebook, you could start at the beginning with FB, maybe a capital F, lowercase b, and then use that password. If you're on Twitter, you could maybe put a T at the beginning, a W at the end, and then put that in the middle. Again, you're adding another 2 letters to it to make it even more complex, but it means you can use the same password on different platforms. And the bonus tip, I always include a bonus. There's 2 ways you can even make your stored passwords even stronger, and this is very, very highly recommended. Most social media platforms come with them now. Most online banking come with them. Most accounts give you this option. So what is 2-factor authentication? It's a way of getting a code to verify that when you're putting your details into login somewhere, it's actually you that's entering those passwords. How does it work? There's 2 ways you can do it. Either the vendor will text you a code, which you have to then enter in, or you can use an authenticator app. Google have them, there's many out there, that you open up and you put down the number that's on the screen. It's a very good way, and I suggest you really take it on for most of your accounts. Another way to secure your password vaults and your passwords is what happens on most phones these days, is biometric authentication, i.e. your thumbprint to get onto your phone. Seems simple everyday life just to unlock your phone, but it's a way that only you can get to your sensitive information. If you start using both of those tools, even if someone steals your password, they will not be able to access your information. So there you have it. You can create a strong password, you can remember a strong password, you can store your passwords in a vault, or you could write it down. It's entirely up to you. So go ahead, review your passwords. If there's any that need changing, get it done. You've now got the tools. If you haven't seen the Zoom security video that I was talking about, that one's here. If you want to subscribe, click here. Please give us a like. And in the comments below, tell us how you manage your passwords. Until next time, guys, see you later.